friends, welcome back again, and in today's video we will do an analysis of Joe Biden's horoscope. Many questions have come to me whether his term will last or not. So before we proceed further with analyzing his horoscope, let us look at his current Mahadasha. So currently Joe Biden is running the Jupiter Mahadasha, which has started in the year 2006, and this is going to continue till 10th November 2022. And you can see the current Antardasha is that of Rahu, and the Pratyantar Dasha is that of Mercury till 10th November 2021, and then he has Ketu Pratyantar Dasha till 1st January 2022, which means that in the times ahead, Jupiter, Rahu, Mercury, Ketu and Saturn are going to play a very important role in his life and also in deciding the stability of his term as the President of United States. Now let us look at Joe Biden's horoscope. Joe Biden was born on 20th November 1942, 8 o'clock, in a town called Scranton in the Pennsylvania state in United States of America. The chart you see on the left hand side is his natal horoscope or birth chart, and the chart on the right hand side is the Navamsha chart, which is the actual fruit of his horoscope. So in the natal chart, you can see his ascendant or Lagna, represented by the letters LA, is the sign of Scorpio. Now Scorpio is a sign which represents hidden things, buried things, secrets. This sign is symbolized by a scorpion. And what is the nature of a scorpion? A scorpion stings you when it is attacked. Now in the sign of Scorpio, you can see two planets, Venus and Sun. What is Venus? Venus is nothing but love affairs, partnerships. Incidentally, in this chart, Venus also rules his 7th house of partnerships and 12th house of losses, and it is placed in the ascendant conjunct the Sun. And Venus is also combust. You can see Sun is at around 4 degrees and Venus is at 5 degrees, which means in his partnerships, Joe Biden will face a lot of struggles. He will have a strong sex drive and he could get into multiple relations. Why multiple relations? Because the sign of Scorpio is all about secretiveness. It is about hidden things. And the Sun here illuminates this sign and brings about the multiple affairs or the multiple partnerships. Also, the ascendant is aspected by Saturn and Uranus sitting in the sign of Taurus. So this shows Joe Biden is a very secretive person. He could have multiple affairs in his life. Okay, and because Sun and Saturn are aspecting each other, okay, in his partnerships, in his life, he will face a lot of opposition. The next thing to look at is the planet Jupiter. Planet Jupiter rules his 2nd house, that is his family and wealth, and the 5th house, that is the Purva Punya Karma, as well as love affairs. Okay, and Jupiter is placed in the 9th house. So Jupiter is exalted. Okay, and therefore such a person is very religious. He follows high principles, ideals in life, and God gives him his grace. So Jupiter in the 9th house is actually Jupiter giving him good luck or the grace of God. And currently the Mahadasha he is running is that of Jupiter, and this is the reason why in this dasha he has an exalted status. He has become the president of United States. But this is not an easy affair. Saturn puts his third aspect on Jupiter, which means that even after rising to this big position in his life, he will lack some kind of courage. He will take wrong decisions, okay, and which will impact his overall well being and the longevity of his term. It also means that to sustain his term, he has to put in a lot of efforts. Now, let us look at the 10th house. The 10th house represents your business, your profession, your career. The 10th house is the sign of Leo, which is ruled by the sun. And therefore, his business, his career is related to a leadership position. Now, Rahu here in the Magha Nakshatra, okay, indicates that this position is a gift to him from his ancestors. And it all depends on how he uses this position. Rahu here can give him a tendency to manipulate things, to cheat, to do things out of the box related to his profession, related to his career. And when Rahu is in the sign of Leo, it indicates a person in politics, because in politics you have to speak a lot of lies very often, and that is what is seen from this placement. Now look at Mars. Mars rules his first house and his sixth house of conflicts, diseases, debts and loans. And Mars is placed in the 12th house in the sign of Libra, conjunct Mercury, represented by the letters ME. Mars represented by letter MA. So because the first and the sixth lord is placed in the 12th house, this represents serious health issues in times ahead. Okay? Because 12th house represents hospitalization, 6th house represents diseases and conflicts, and the first house represents the body. So in times ahead, he is going to face a major health issue. Right now also you can see Mars is transiting the sign of Virgo, and in the mid of October, around October 22nd, Mars will enter into the sign of Libra. And this is the time when Mercury will also be there, and this will be challenging for Joe Biden's health. Now, what is Mercury? Mercury is our decision making ability. He is our analytical skill. Mars is hastiness. He is aggression. Okay? And therefore, Joe Biden makes certain decisions in his life which cause him great loss. You can see this combination present in the 12th house. Also, Mercury represents our memory, right? And because Mars is a fiery planet, it indicates this person will suffer from dementia in times ahead. That is, he will suffer from forgetfulness. He will lack the ability to take good decisions. So overall, his own decisions will create great loss for him, which he will later regret. Another important thing to note is Ketu is there in the 4th house. Okay? And the 4th house represents the motherland, the property, the vehicles. So such a person works selflessly for his motherland. He does not have lot of personal interests. So with respect to his motherland, I will say Joe Biden is a dedicated person. However, what does Ketu represent? Ketu represents detachment. Ultimately, wherever Ketu is placed, you have to get detached from the significations of that sign. Which means that Joe Biden has to get detached from his position, from his motherland eventually, and this is going to happen very soon. Why? Because right now in transit we have Saturn in Capricorn, and after April 2022 Saturn is going to transit the natal Ketu, and this indicates some kind of loss. Okay, and probably this is the loss of health. and also peace of mind, because the fourth house is all about happiness and peace of mind. Another important thing to note is the Venus Sun combination is also seen in the Navamsha, and this combination is present with the ascendant in the Navamsha as well as in the natal birth chart, which combines these two planets have a great influence on Joe Biden. Now, Scorpions make great friends, okay? They are the most loyal friends, but once you lose their trust, they enjoy taking revenge, okay? And so, this is one thing which Mr. Biden should avoid. He should avoid that feeling of taking revenge, because that is eventually going to cause a great loss to him. Now, the Scorpio Navamsh indicates how you are going to leave the world. And see, the best part is in Scorpio Navamsh, he has Ketu present, aspected by Jupiter. Okay, which means when the time comes, he will leave the world very peacefully. It will not be a great struggle for him. Another interesting thing is Mercury is the 11th lord of gains, of friends, of hopes, wishes, aspirations, desire, and also the 8th lord of inheritance, and is placed in the 12th house. Okay, this means Joe Biden inherits a lot of wealth. Okay, he will also be a very great sportsman in his childhood days. However, because the 8th house represents transformations, okay, and the 8th lord and the 11th lord has gone in the 12th house, in his life he will have to overcome many losses, many challenges, and these things will transform his personality completely. For Mr. Joe Biden, the Saturn Mahadasha will start on 10th November 2022. Okay, and in the months between October and December 2023, when he has Ketu Pratyantar Dasha, I see major health problems coming to this person, and what I see is he will not be able to continue his term. So, the short answer is Joe Biden will not complete his full term. However, the time he remains as a president, he will take many decisions. Most of them may also be wrong, but from his point of view, they will always be principled decisions. Okay? To the general world, this might appear as conflicting. That is, in their eyes, these decisions will not be correct. Another thing is, after April 2022, when Saturn transits the natal Ketu, he will also aspect the natal moon, which means lot of stress will come on Mr. Joe Biden with respect to his own health as well as his position as the President of United States. So I do not see Mr. Biden continuing as president beyond December 2023. There will be major challenges to his health, is what I see from this horoscope. Also note, the 10th house in Biden's chart is ruled by the Sun. Sun is placed in the ascendant, Sun is aspected by Saturn, and Sun makes Venus combust, which means he will face a lot of opposition in the times ahead. His health will also suffer because Saturn aspects the Sun. Sun is the natural karaka of immunity, also placed in the ascendant in the natural 8th house of Scorpio. Another interesting thing, the 12th house is ruled by Venus. Venus indicates diplomacy. 12th house indicates foreign connections. Mars is present there. Mars indicates weapons. Mercury indicates money. Okay, so the strategy to leave Afghanistan was an intentional strategy. The weapons were intentionally left there, is what I can make out from this chart. And Joe Biden has done this deliberately, is what I feel. So that if there are civil wars, if there are wars between different countries, then they can supply the weapons and make money from that, is what I see from this placement of Mars, Mercury and Venus. So friends, this is my short analysis of Joe Biden's horoscope. You can see that just by looking at the natal chart, the dashas and the navamsha, how much information about a person we come to know. So friends, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon shortly with another video. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe. For any consultations, any queries, email us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com. You can also reach us through our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, bye, take care and stay safe.